Oh, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, Sodding Raccoon. Yes, look at that, ladies and gentlemen, nice Zentorno in black and blue, if you hadn't known. Don't point that gun at me, Mr. Raccoon. Yes, Sodding hell, he's still shooting me as I go in. Okay, well, we're here, ladies and gentlemen, today, a very, very special day. Mr. Raccoon's coming with me. Now, before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, I must warn you, don't speak to my secretary. On one occasion, she didn't bow when I pulled up in my Zentorno, so no one should ever speak to her again, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't started to get the drift already by now, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to have a look at the Pegassi Zentorno. We have done a number of videos on it, you know, probably about 14 or 15,000 by now. Not that we're obsessed with the car at all, you understand. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, this week and for this week only, the Pegassi Zentorno is going to be on special offer, you know, that's why we're drawing your attention to it. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it generally retails for $725,000, a steal at that price, I can assure you, and it's currently selling for $435,000, ladies and gentlemen, which basically means you've got to go and get yourself one. You know, I would normally put it in a white, but I'm going for the full rainbow, don't you know, so on this occasion I'm going to buy a red. And on this occasion, we're going to send it to Hillcrest, and we're going to be getting there in a green Pegassi Zentorno. There we go, heading off, like I say, trying to complete the rainbow, ladies and gentlemen. Every time these cars come up on sale, I always buy one or two of them because they are absolutely phenomenal. It's the only vehicle I would ever do it with, you understand, but the Pegassi Zentorno certainly is a special vehicle, as you shall come to find out. I don't know why I didn't cut that black bit out of the video. Okay, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're here to look at. You've seen it twice already. This is the Pegassi Zentorno, so what's all the fuss? Well, doubtlessly you shall come to see, ladies and gentlemen, but first of all, I'm sure you can agree that in terms of looks, it's sort of meaner than a great white shark with a minigun now, isn't it? You know, it really is. It sort of looks like every great artist in heaven was allowed to design a supercar for Satan, you know? That's my opinion anyway. It's absolutely phenomenal looking. But it's not just the looks, ladies and gentlemen, it's performance, as we're now going to establish. Okay, so here we go. Mr. Raccoon has gone and brought himself yet another, where, like I say, it's on special offer. He's gone rather crazy. He's brought himself two Pegassi Zentornos. This one he's put in pink, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to send these vehicles back on down to, I mean, just look at this coming down the streets here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see in terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's sort of sharper and more slippery than a cutthroat razor covered in a clown's blood. Whoops a daisies, and over we go. Yeah, so absolutely phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, you can see going down there. In terms of acceleration, I mean, that's what this, if anything, ladies and gentlemen, that's this is the Pegassi Zentorno's party piece, you know, about everything else it's got going for it, ladies and gentlemen. Its acceleration is more mind-bending than a Chinese re-education camp or COINTELPRO, if you know what that is. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, the traction's where it sort of lets itself down, you know, it's extremely slippery. It does have to be said, you should watch out for that. But top speed, ladies and gentlemen, you're thinking it's got anything in the bag there? My God, it's got something in the bag there, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this thing moves like shit off a shovel. That's the only way I can put it. It's sort of more competitive than a youngest child with ADHD, you know. It's just absolutely. I mean, it sort of moves faster than a call girl flees from Charlie Sheen's house, if you get my meaning. It really is phenomenally fast, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. We're going to now send, we've come on back round to the Maze Bank offices, as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to deceive you in any way. We are now going to take the vehicle on into the Maze Bank offices, into the custom auto garage, and then we're going to go and have the vehicle modified, you know. Now, as always, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but still with the aim to provide you, the viewer, with the opportunity of having a look at the different aesthetic modifications that can be effected to this vehicle, should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it, you know. And that really is the salient point of this video, and the answer to that question is yes. Stop watching this video immediately. There's no need to watch any further. Just go and buy yourself a Pegassi Zentorno if you do not already own one. They are absolutely phenomenal vehicles if you haven't got the point already, and when they're being sold for $435,000 $50,000, ladies and gentlemen, you really can't refuse. Just to make it absolutely clear, go and buy one of these vehicles immediately. Okay, they have put some extra detailings on it for any old Pegassi Zentorno fans will know. You couldn't always do all this sort of nonsense to it, but just have a look. You can put roll cages and roof, scoops on, all sorts of different front flaring there. This was actually supposed to be a rather shorter video, ladies and gentlemen. It was just going to be a sort of 4 or 5 minute video, but we sort of got carried away with ourselves, I'm afraid. After all, it's Pegassi Zentorno, both Mr. Raccoon and myself. I would hesitate to say we're obsessed with the vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, but the moment we found out that it was on special offer, we both each bought 2, It's just as simple as that. We are absolutely insanely crazy for this vehicle, and like I say, you're now going to find out why. Okay, the modifications have been done, ladies and gentlemen. We're now going to take the vehicle out onto the street and see how it handles now it's been upgraded. And there we go, launching off. In terms of acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's unbelievable. It truly is. It's one of the most fantastically sort of quickest accelerating cars on the game. It's truly unbelievable. It's sort of more unbelievable than the idea that Jeffrey Epstein brought an end to his own life, In terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, you could see it sort of getting around there. I mean, look, it's sort of more agile than a teenage gymnast with an eating disorder, And in terms of top speed, as I say, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it really is fantastic. It's sort of quicker than Prince Harry looking for his next interview, ladies and gentlemen, Sort of getting around that corner. You can see, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, if I can handle this go upset daisies, thank you for that, Mr. Raccoon. Okay, but what can we say, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, it looks just absolutely phenomenal. It's sort of more brutal and stylish than an Italian dictator, Or sort of more brutal and stylish than a hatchet-wielding maniac in a top hat, if you prefer, Anyway, I brought it on to the top speed test track, ladies and gentlemen. What we consider to be a benchmark or a sort of a competitive time to get down this straight is 54 seconds. That's what the Pegassi Zentorno can do in it, and that's what we base every other vehicle's performance on, ladies and gentlemen. That's how highly we rate this particular vehicle, and on this occasion, it is 54 seconds. Okay, so you can have a lot of fun in it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that, just bouncing through there for a giggle. Okay, so we brought her on to Sandy Shores there, and what can one say about the looks now? I mean, let's be quite frank, this really is the coolest goddamn car on GTA Online. Okay, so now I'm going to put it through its paces, ladies and gentlemen. The very first car that we're going to bring out is the Overflod Tyrant, retailing for a price of $2.5 million, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say that again, $2.5 million, up against the Pegassi Zentorno, which this week is retailing for under $500,000. And I'll take this opportunity to point out that all of the other vehicles are being driven by Mr. Raccoon, He has a channel of his own. His name is The Bromby, and the channel is called The Bromby. If you type that into YouTube, you're going to find out what I did there. It's got some other good videos on there. Don't go and buy the Overflod Tyrant, ladies and gentlemen, for $2.5 million. Go and buy yourself 5 Pegassi Zentornos. Okay, now the next vehicle we're going to bring out is the Ducati Wagner, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for $1,535,000. It is absolutely phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. It used to be the best car on GTA Online. Now it has been superseded, and we've always figured this car sort of stands side by side with the Zentorno, and you're about to see exactly why we think that. But this car, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, the Pegassi Zentorno, it really is an absolute monster. The Ducati Wagner is a fantastic, phenomenally good car, and we're crossing the line at the same time as it there. Okay, so now we're going to bring out the Ferrari Fury, ladies and gentlemen, $2 million or $2,740,000. It is worth $2 million, not worth $2,740,000. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to find out that it can't beat the Pegassi Zentorno, which is why we rate it so highly and place it in such high esteem. I mean, you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, the acceleration on the Zentorno, it's sort of insanely fast. I mean, it's sort of more insane than Kanye West and Britney Spears put together, and my God, wouldn't that be an interesting video to watch? And yeah, it's faster than a date with your mother. What can I say? Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's the True Fade Thrax 2 million. I think it's 2,300,000 and oh, sorry, I suppose I may as well look at my list. 2,000,003. Where the sodding hell has it gone? There's $2,325,000. Below the True Fade Thrax, ladies and gentlemen. It's not worth the money, and you're about to find out why. Like I say, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, what can't say about the acceleration. As you can see, we're sort of going there, the top speed, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's eye-wateringly fast as Zentorno. It's more eye-watering than getting maced in the face by your old sweet nan, you know. Okay, now just to prove exactly how good this car is, ladies and gentlemen. We are now racing against the Benefactor LM87. It retails for nearly $3 million, ladies and gentlemen. $2,915,000. It is absolutely phenomenally disappointing, to be quite frank with you, weekend conclusion, but the Zentorno isn't, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely fantastic. You see it's sort of pulling away there. I mean, the handling on the Zentorno, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of more responsive than Mike Tyson would be if you cupped his balls. Okay, look, we're crossing the line there at the same time. The only problem with the Zentorno, if we're perfectly honest, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's sort of more slippery than your mother was after that date I mentioned with her, you know. But is the Pegassi Zentorno worth the money? You better believe it is, ladies and gentlemen. It certainly is at 725. It certainly is at 435, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, just go and get yourself one immediately. What do you think, Mr. Exotinghell, bloody raccoon? Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching.